You just yawned. Not because you're tired, not because you're bored, just because I said the word. That's the thing about yawning. It doesn't wait for permission. It doesn't ask if you're ready. It doesn't care that you're sitting in public or in a meeting or trying to look alert. It just happens. One moment, you're fine. The next, your jaw drops, your eyes water, and your lungs fill with air you didn't ask for. And if someone nearby sees you do it, they'll yawn too. And then someone sees them, and it spreads across the room like a slow, silent wave. Nobody planned it. Nobody started it on purpose. It just moved through people, like a signal. So here's the question that should bother you. Who sent the signal? Before we go further, consider the scale of this. People who are blind from birth yawn when they hear someone else yawn. Not see, hear. The visual trigger isn't even necessary. The sound alone is enough to activate the response. Dogs yawn when their owners yawn. Not sometimes, consistently. Studies show that dogs are more likely to catch a yawn from their owner than from a stranger. The bond matters. The relationship matters. Chimpanzees yawn when they watch humans yawn on a video screen. Separated by glass. Separated by millions of years of evolution. Separated by everything, except this one ancient reflex. This behavior crosses species. It crosses sensory channels. It works through screens, through audio, through the written word. Which means this isn't a social habit. This isn't something you learned by watching other people. This is a biological program. And it is running in you right now, whether you notice it or not. Imagine your brain has a control room. Floor-to-ceiling screens, thousands of switches. Every system in your body being monitored in real time. Heartbeat, breathing, temperature, pain response. All of it, controlled, managed, yours. You are in charge here. Then a stranger across the room opens their mouth wide, and your control room receives a command. From outside, unauthorized, not reviewed, not approved. And before you can even register what's happening, your jaw is already moving. You didn't choose it. You didn't initiate it. Your conscious mind was completely bypassed. Your body just obeyed. Scientists have a term for this, echopraxia, the automatic, unconscious mirroring of another person's physical movement. No deliberation, no intention, no awareness. Your nervous system sees an action in someone else's body and copies it before your thinking mind has any say. But echopraxia is the label. It's not the explanation. It tells us that mirroring happens. It doesn't tell us why the brain is built this way. It doesn't tell us what advantage this gives us. It doesn't explain why evolution kept this. So why did it keep this? In the 1990s, a neuroscientist named Giacomo Rizzolatti was studying motor neurons in macaque monkeys at the University of Parma. His team was tracking which neurons fired when the monkey reached out and grabbed an object. Then, something unexpected happened. A researcher in the lab reached out and picked up a peanut. And the monkey's neurons fired. The exact same neurons that activated when the monkey grabbed something itself fired while the monkey just sat there and watched. The monkey didn't move. It didn't reach. It did nothing. But its brain responded as if it had. These became known as mirror neurons. And when researchers looked for the same system in humans, they found it. Not just in motor behavior, but woven through our emotional and social processing as well. When you watch someone get hurt, your pain centers activate. When you watch someone succeed at something difficult, your reward system responds. When you watch someone cry, something in your chest actually tightens. You are not a passive observer of the world around you. Every experience you witness, your brain partially simulates. Not fully, not completely, but enough to give you information about what the other person is going through. Enough to make you feel something. And when you watch someone yawn, your mirror system starts preparing your body to yawn too. The jaw muscles, the breathing pattern, the whole mechanism. All of it begins to activate before you've made any conscious decision. The yawn isn't spreading through the air. It's spreading through the architecture of your brain. Now, here is where it gets personal. In 2013, researchers at Stony Brook University ran a study. They showed participants videos of strangers yawning and measured who caught the yawn and who didn't. Then they cross-referenced those results with empathy scores. The pattern was striking. People who scored high on empathy caught the yawn significantly more often. People who scored low barely reacted at all. And children under 4 years old didn't catch it at all. Not reduced, not less frequently, not at all. Why 4? Because around the age of 4, something fundamental shifts in the developing human brain. Psychologists call it theory of mind. The ability to understand that other people have their own inner experience, their own thoughts, their own feelings, their own perspective, that is separate from yours. Before theory of mind develops, you are the only mind in the universe. Other people exist as objects in your world, but not as subjects with their own inner lives. After theory of mind develops, other minds become real. And the moment other minds become real, your brain starts monitoring them, automatically, continuously, reading their signals, tracking their states. A stranger's yawn stops being irrelevant noise. It becomes information. He's fading. She's exhausted. The group is slowing down. Your brain is asking these questions without telling you and adjusting your body accordingly. Now go back further, much further. 100,000 years ago, your ancestors lived in small groups on open ground. No walls, no locks, no systems of protection beyond the people standing next to them. Their survival depended entirely on coordination, on synchronization, on the ability of every member of the group to read the states of every other member and respond. The nervous system that could pick up on subtle signals from others had an enormous advantage. The nervous system that couldn't was always a step behind. Over thousands of generations, the ability to sync with others wasn't just useful, it was the difference between surviving and not. You are the descendant of every ancestor who was good at reading the room. Your contagious yawn is not a quirk. It is a precision instrument, inherited, refined, passed down through every generation that survived because they could feel what the person next to them was feeling. You don't yawn because you're tired. You yawn because your nervous system is running software that is 100,000 years old. And that software was written for one purpose: to keep you connected to the people around you. But here is where it gets uncomfortable. Fear spreads this way. Watch one person panic in a crowd and feel what happens to your own body. Calm spreads this way. Sit next to someone who breathes slowly and evenly, and notice how your own breathing starts to follow. Grief, excitement, tension, ease. All of it moves between people without a single word. Your nervous system is not sealed. It is porous, constantly receiving input from the people around you, constantly adjusting, constantly syncing. You believe you are deciding how you feel, but a significant portion of your emotional state at any given moment is not generated internally. It is absorbed from the environment, from the room, from the people in it. The people you spend the most time with are not just in your life, they are inside your nervous system. Their rhythms become your rhythms. Their tension becomes your tension. Their calm becomes your calm, without a single word being spoken, without any conscious agreement. This is why certain rooms feel heavy the moment you walk in, why certain people leave you drained after 10 minutes, why certain friendships feel effortless, like breathing, while others feel like running uphill. It's not just personality, it's synchronization, or the failure of it. When your nervous system finds someone whose signals match yours, you feel it immediately. Ease, recognition, the sense of being understood without having to explain yourself. That is not a coincidence. That is biology doing exactly what it was built to do. You are not a closed system. You never were. So let's put this together. You yawned at the beginning of this. You didn't choose it, but it was not a malfunction. It was not a sign of weakness or inattention. It was your brain doing something it has been doing for longer than our species has existed, reaching toward another mind. The same neural network that allows you to feel another person's pain activated when you encountered that yawn. The same system that lets you recognize grief in a stranger's face or tension in someone's posture. That same system processed the signal and began preparing your body to respond. For a fraction of a second, the boundary between you and that other experience became thinner. That is what contagious yawning is. Not a glitch, not an accident. evidence that you are built for connection, that your nervous system, at its deepest level, is not designed to operate alone. In a world that rewards self-sufficiency, that tells you to manage your own emotions, stay in your own lane, not let other people's energy affect you, your body quietly refuses. Every time someone near you yawns and you feel your jaw start to move, that is your nervous system doing what it was designed to do. Not losing control, reaching across the gap between one mind and another, and for just a moment, closing it.